Can we be successful with a new app? I'll be honest, I believe we can. And because we have a unique opportunity and a unique window of opportunity, if we take advantage of it, we can be successful. Now, let's actually break things down so you guys can understand. First of all, a little bit about my background. I have built a couple businesses. One of the last businesses that I built was Crystal, Crystal Solutions of Florida, which was the owner of a trademark, uh, Tech Swamp. They are right now operating under Tech Swamp brand and the name. Um, I'm not going to go into details, but just a story short, in 4 years, I took a guy's business from the garage that he couldn't get out of the garage, and I turned it into 4 locations in U.S., couple locations overseas, into a multi-million dollar company. So that's my background on business building. As you guys can see in my background, um, yeah, like this EA driver app. In 2008, I have driven for Uber and Lyft. At the time, I didn't need the money. I had the money, but I was asked to investigate on behalf of the drivers the low pay of the drivers. After looking into, I decided that the most successful way to solve the problem would be launching an app for the drivers and drivers treating the app as if they're their own business, renting a renting the app at $100 a month, um, putting their clients on it and treating it as their taxi business. So pretty much they're going to get whatever they need to run as a taxi, including commercial insurance and etc. So when I started taking that approach, majority drivers responded, "We don't want it. The Uber and Lyft provide us with the coverage of insurance for our passenger. We do not want that. We want you to go get an insurance." So when I started looking for taxi business insurance, not as a driver, but as a company, which then it fell under driver app insurance, the prices were ridiculous. I was quoted 1.48% of the fair price. And everybody was basing the prices based on Uber and Lyft accidents. So I couldn't provide it. Then I had a group of drivers in Dallas, picked up an app and tried it to, at that point, I kind of gave it up. So I kind of, said, hey guys, run with it. You guys can do something, get something going with it. Go. Because Lyft and an Uber driver just said no, we don't want it if you're not having insurance. I couldn't provide insurance, so I just let the taxi drivers that do have commercial insurance in their vehicles run with it. They have not been successful on getting customers, and a couple customers that they did got on the app and requested a ride. Drivers were not available, so it kind of got to a point where I got 3 chargebacks on the account, and that kind of was it. I kind of said, you know what? I'm getting fees from running the app, which was from Google. There was another company that was for push notification, and there was another company that I don't even know what that company is. So I was getting fees from all these companies charged to my card. Then I got the chargebacks, which right now they put a limit on my on the merchant account for 30 days. So I said, you know what, it's getting out of the hand. Nothing's happening. We need to close it or completely transfer somebody else. I had a guy that came in and he offered me $5,000 for the app on with a trademark, with the name, trademark, everything. I put in over $25,000 into it, and I said no. I need more than 5,000. Now everything is sitting in my hard drive. I pulled the website down, everything is, and right now you guys just have images of here. Let's me. So I have just a bunch of files of EA driver from 2018 just sitting around. So what I want to say is I went this down this road, and I already have somewhat experience as to how to get this thing happen. I also have experience how to build and run a business as well. Um, Different between a taxi app and a food delivery app. On a taxi app, we needed insurance that would cover a vehicle and a customer in a vehicle up to $1 million. With food app, we no longer need, because we no longer have that customer in the vehicle. All we need to is just cover the food during the vehicle, which in most cases, if the drivers get the right insurance with the insurance company, and this is another topic to talk about, because a lot of insurance companies do not cover their drivers the minute they start driving for any of these apps. So then we're fine. All we just needed just a basic liability insurance. They usually run about 2-3 thousand a month, a year. And then registering the company, registering the trademark, creating logos, etc., and etc., names and all that stuff. What I want to talk about right now is why we are in a perfect timing. We're gonna start with the customer. Right now, customer pays between 150 to 200%, or over 1.5 to 2 times the restaurant price on their orders. That's the money that DoorDash actually takes on top, plus on top, as to run their app, run to their business, and etc. Now, they also these apps, DoorDash included, and let's say we're gonna from now on we're gonna refer to DoorDash or DD. Um, they also charge a 30% of restaurant from the price the restaurant agreed with the app less. That means if the order is $100 worth but on the restaurant price, the restaurant has to sell that order to DoorDash at $70. I hope that makes sense. While customer paid for that order over 150 to $180. So as running a business and running Crystal Solutions of Florida, as I said in the past, I'll tell you this: sometime 10 to 20% is your net profit in the business. And when like DoorDash comes in and says the only way we'll do it is at 30%, if the DoorDash came in and we were, and Crystal was in the food business, but having the same expenses we had, and they said 30% is the fee, and that's the only way, I would actually have no choice but to close the doors, because I would be out of business. I would be running negative. I'm just surprised, and that's where I would love to speak with some either restaurant owners or people who manage restaurants. Isn't even realistic. So still be in profit in the restaurant business by giving away 30% to DoorDash. So we have a second opportunity. Now we have customers that will love to buy food at restaurant price instead of having it marked up another 50 to 70, 80%. We also have an opportunity to come into restaurant and say, hey, we will not charge you 30%. We can charge you, let's say, 5% or maybe 10%. There's actually a company from the Tampa, and I did some investigation into them. They're still charging restaurant quite high price from my point of view. So even they have an opportunity, they're just not willing to take advantage of it. Because and first of all, if you guys do not know who is Pedro DOORDASH Santiago, definitely check his website out. And hey, Pedro, you have encouraged me. Believe it was a Monday video, and when I did that, why DoorDash is failing is when I realized that I need to do something bigger, and why everything in the last 3 years been leading up. Actually, taking experience of Crystal Solutions of Florida and my other experience, everything was kind of leading up to this. I believe I might be wrong, but definitely it's leading up to something. And I need to talk to you privately. So, definitely, guys, check that guy out. He does nice videos. Um, right now, he's kind of slowly trying to transition into motivating drivers, not just to consider as a DoorDash is the only source of income, but think bigger, think wider, think about what kind of business, what can you do outside of DoorDash that actually can build your future and don't have to depend on rideshare apps or the gig apps. Um, but in the meanwhile, he also shows you how to be successful. If you look at his past videos, he's teaching how you to be successful be doing DoorDash. So definitely check that out. So customers definitely would be interested because they would definitely jump if they see they can actually save some money. Restaurants would be interested because they would definitely saving the money and increasing their profit margin instead of what we have a situation right now. Now, I want to ask drivers, would you guys be interested if you would be getting $2 a mile? So let's say the first 3 miles is $6 on a delivery fee. Then from restaurant to the customer, of course. And then if the distance is more than 3 miles, it'd actually be $2 a mile. So the first 3 miles would be $6. If it's 4 miles, it'll be $8. If it's 10 miles, it would be $20. This way, the the longer the trip, the more you would be actually making. I still strongly believe that time needs to be covered, but we might have to play with the numbers. I do not want to open all my cards how to run how I actually see this to be played. But kind of trying to give you guys an idea. Isn't this a perfect time where you guys would say, you know what? I'd rather take $2 a mile to delivery and have a guaranteed $2 a mile delivery than actually trying to hunt for those tips, which again, in a lot of markets, unless there's a additional pay, um, peak pay, you're actually doing it. You're looking for the 625 and hoping that 625 going to turn to higher. So there, I believe drivers actually be considering that as well. I do understand when we go to do the $2 a mile, there might be less of a tip and less people might be tipping because like drivers getting a quite nice of pay since DoorDash, Uber Eats, and everybody else reconditioned a lot of the customers already to very cheap delivery fee. Now, there's one question that's kind of still bothering me. Won't we wake up these giants like DoorDash and Uber Eats to compete with us and drop the rates for restaurants, drop the prices for customers? raise the prices for drivers, literally try to copy us just to get us out of the market so then they can go back doing what they've actually been doing. And this is where, if we start run creating this, you know, not jumping forth and back, specifically on the driver's side, is where we probably the most important part. You know, put faith into us and stick with us. I'll be honest. For me, I don't need this app. I can. I'm pretty sure something else will come around, and I'll be successful. Like I previously said on videos and live with Pedro on Sunday night, I'm not planning to do this long term. DoorDash is something temporarily for me to move on to the greater things. But I seen an opportunity where you can actually make a difference, where we can alter the future by getting involved, not just in the driving, but getting involved in actually creating something. So I want you guys to think about. I try not to open my car, all the cards, but I can tell you guys, if we agree and certain people that I want them to be on the team, they actually can pass my interview and see the opportunity as I see, I think we can actually do it and we can make it. Now, I went back to the developers that developed my Yay Driver app, and um, we can actually get a basic app. Of course, some features I'll need all them to alter so we can reduce the cost of the app so we don't run the cost of the app high, like navigation in Google Maps instead of in the app. Um, what else? Push notifications turned off, and corporate would not be using push notifications. And between the customer and the delivery person, it will be done, with their regular phone instead of masking the phone number. Um, I think those are the two major things that actually, if we turn this off, we can probably cut 70 to 80% of the app fees to run the app. Of course, we would have a hosting fee and a few other things, but nothing would be, as major as push notifications, in-app navigation. There's one other thing I don't remember what that is. I think real time driver location. I think that's the other thing and we probably can turn that off as well. So, um, I have to reached out and I have spoken with the guys, and we can have a basic app, basic delivery app. So pretty much basic features where we set our customers up, our restaurants on the app, with their food availabilities. Customer can download app from Play Store, place an order, request a driver. The app will request a driver. Driver will be able to show up to the restaurant, pick up the food, deliver to the customer. So pretty much a very similar app to DoorDash, maybe with some extra feature, with some features not available. Um, I know on the taxi app they add an option where customer can tip at the end of the ride. um, I'm not sure how they run in that on the food app, but I'm pretty sure something can be done there as well. But the starting price on the app is around $10,000, and with the alterations, adding extra packages, and making some alterations, I think with $25,000, because this is actually app that they have a skeleton that is complete. All you have to do is just set it up for our branding, our name, and make it available on the Play Store. But altering the app is where it becomes really quite expensive, and that's where it kind of ran me expensive, because when I did the Yay Driver app in 2018, the app was so advanced that Uber, Lyft, who was the two biggest competitors, they couldn't compete at all. Before Uber and Lyft even started talking about their safety features, uh, my app already had those safety features built in on a driver side, on a customer side. By just pushing a button on the screen in uh, the app would immediately notify the police department every 15 seconds with a GPS location of the phone, of the app, whatever you guys want to call it, as well as would automatically start a 911 call. Even if the person was not able to talk, at least 911 would be able to listen while they got that text notification on their at the 911 location as well. So we had some very interesting features on that app. I'm not sure. I haven't driven for for Lyft and Uber for a while, so don't even know some of the features that actually they have. Um, don't even remember all the features. So did cost me a bit to actually get that app to where drivers want to. We also had another thing is, since it was a driver driven app, uh, we had an option where drivers could actually go forth and back and actually uh, talk to a customer and see if they'll be actually agreeing to a certain price. If they were not willing to drive for the price that the app was offering. So you had some, unique things. Uh, I'm not sure if I want to go that crazy with the delivery app and making so many alterations, but adding on certain features like stack deliveries and a few other things might be beneficial to the drivers as well. So all I'm asking of you guys is I need to see how many drivers are saying, "Hey, we like it. We want to get behind it, and let's actually make it happen." Because I don't want to build something and I don't have any drivers, because I'm pretty sure restaurants and customers will get on board really quick. And I even have an idea how to make that happen. My only question is, will drivers get on board? So I need to hear from you guys. I like to see, are you guys willing to make a difference, fight for our future, for your future? Because I believe we are in a period of time where we can reshape the world. We can reshape, and it all starts with small things, removing the giants that became greedy and making sure we don't become greedy. Removing the middlemans on certain things that, yes, there might be luxury, and down the road we might actually make those features ourselves. We don't have to pay the third future and actually have those luxuries. And at the same time, make it fair and honest to everyone. See, 10 years ago, if we were talking about this app, I would say, geez, it's going to be a tough one because we're trying to convince customers to pay $2 a mile to the driver. Today, the customer is paying 50 to 70% more on their food already before they even tip. So for right now, convincing the customer that instead of paying that extra 50 to 70 to the company that have no clue what they're doing with those money, we can actually take those money and reshape it into a driver's delivery fee, which 100% of that drivers will be getting. Now, the customers would have completely different view. They'll say, "Yeah, I'm already paying. Well, I'm just switching the company, switching who's providing the app service. Now the driver works directly through the app, works directly with the restaurant, and is actually part of the restaurant's fleet uh, fleet service. Yeah, why not? Why not actually put that money into those drivers? Put that money into that app. Put that money into that restaurant. So the view is different. Also, guys, if you guys would have told me 30 days ago, I'll be considering even opening an app. I'll be considering even doing something like this. I would say no. I done it once. I don't want to go down that road second time. I tried the EA driver thing. You know, driver said, "Yeah, build an app." When I did, they said, "Sorry, if you cannot provide an insurance." But for some reason, I feel this might be different. Of course, I do not have the money. Something like that would have to still figure it out. I have a couple people that I might be considering approaching to be an investor on the project. But first, I need from you guys commitment. I also need you guys to get some of the bigger YouTubers um, to put me on the air with them so I can actually get a response from drivers on a wider scale. Because hey, three or four of you that watching my channel, that's not that's not enough to make a decision to proceed forward. So I need a response. Hey Pedro, um, if you want me to talk on this topic on Sunday, let me know as well. Because I do not, without your permission, want to actually get on your channel and start talking about something like this without you giving me an advance permission. Guys, I'm willing if you guys are willing. But I need to know, are you guys willing? Are you guys going to get behind me and help me make this happen and help me succeed at this? Oh, one other thing is all the numbers are not written in stone, but those are actually predictable numbers right now. There's also one other thing is drivers or sales rep who are the drivers right now could become sales reps for the company, go out and start recruiting these restaurants, signing them up, training them on the app, and getting paid a sign up bonus directly by the restaurant without the app being involved in it at all. So you come in, you recruit, you train, you get a training sign up commission by the restaurant, as well as lifetime, somewhere between 0.5% to 1% of all the business that restaurant does through the app. For some of you, that might be a nice income if you could put your effort into it. So, waiting for you guys' responses, hoping this clarified some misunderstanding. and hoping to hear from you guys soon. Be blessed.